All right, friends, we are looking at investigation 4, Waterworks, and this is lesson 4. This is the follow-up to our experiment where we looked at water in earth materials. Okay, this is on page 28 of your water booklet. So if you could please turn to page 28, that would be fabulous. Now we're going to take a look at this little scenario here and see if we can help out our friend Gina. Gina wanted to find out what brand of soil is best for planting beans. The directions on the seed package suggested that the seeds would grow best in earth material that drains well. So Gina went to the store and bought 3 different brands of potting soil. Explain step by step what Gina should do to test the soils before she plants the seeds to see which drains the best. Be sure to tell how she will know which soil she should use. All right, so in order to figure this out, we have to create some steps, okay? We want to create a systematic investigation that includes these steps. And we can start off with, Dear Gina, I have some suggestions for you to test the soils. Simply follow these steps. Okay, so we're going to say step number 1. Use equal amounts of water and soil. And describe how they are measured. Consistency is important. Okay, you just want to make sure that you're being equal in terms of each of the 3 different soils with the amount of soil and the amount of water that's used. And you also need to make sure you're measuring them the same way. Okay, step number 2. Okay. Describe the equipment setup, okay, that you have describe the equipment setup that you have created and be sure to use the same setup for each soil. Okay, keep in mind again, friends, that we're looking here at the consistency. Okay, we're looking at the consistency. Step number 3. Step number 3, measure the amount of water by volume. Now remember, we talked about the importance of that volume, okay? By the volume that has gone through the soil, that has run through the soil. Okay, and we also wanted to make sure that we explain how to use the balance to serrate the wet soils. Explain how to correctly the balance. How to correctly use the balance to serrate the wet soils. Okay, so there we are at step. That's going to be really important, and that's going to have something to do with our evidence. We want to make sure we are using our evidence to prove which one of those soils we should use. So step number 5 is simply going to be to use the evidence to decide which soil to use. Use your evidence to decide which soil to use. To decide which soil to use. Now, we might want to elaborate some more on that. What does that mean? Meaning the most amount of water by volume, or the lightest cup of soil, shows the best drainage, right? For example, the most amount of water by volume or the lightest cup of soil shows the best drainage. And the lightest cup of soil is going to be by weight, right, or mass, shows the best drainage. And then we want to sort of end our little note here, right? I just want to say, hope this has been helpful to you. Your friend. This is helpful. Your friend blank. Okay, and that brings us to an end of that sheet. You can go ahead and pause the video there. Again, if your steps aren't exactly the same, that's fine, but the important thing is that you are explaining the steps or the suggestions for Gina as she is making a determination as to which she should plant, okay, which potting soil she should use to plant. All right, if you have any questions, make sure you reach out and ask your teacher. See you in the next lesson. Bye-bye.